Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today we're gonna do a hack. Now, I don't know where I saw this hack exactly, but it is cake pops made out of store-bought cookies and a little melting chocolate. Now, those store-bought cookies aren't just any store-bought cookies. They are the sugar cookies that have the frosting on them. And apparently this cake-like texture and that frosting that's on it is exactly the right ratio and consistency that you need to make cake pops. And since I want to make some cake pops for an event I'm going to tomorrow, I thought this is a good time to adventure and figure out if this hack works. So if you want to try it out too, you need some of these cookies, the ones that are like cake on the inside, but they're sugar cookies with frosting, and some melting chocolate. So without further ado, let's get on to this adventure. All right, so we're gonna also need a stand mixer for this. You could just use your hands, but this is gonna be way better, especially because we have all of the frosting on these, and I don't wanna get my hands all dyed up before tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and install my paddle, and then I'm going to start with only one of the colors, because I don't want to muddle the colors all together again. I don't think that the sprinkles are going to be an issue for this cookie, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chuck all of the red cookies that I have into my machine. And it looks like I have about 18 of each color. Next, we're just going to bring the mixer up and then slowly start to break them all up. It's gonna be interesting because it's not that I don't think that this is gonna work, but I don't know. Let's go ahead and get this started and see what happens. Right now it just looks like a fine crumble. I mean, it kind of presses together. Let's give it another minute or two mixing and see if it comes together. If not, I might have to add some frosting maybe. Okay, well, that is definitely not cake pop consistency. I mean, there is some stuff sticking together. So what do we do with this then? Let's see if we can push it into a ball. No, it's way too crumbly. Okay, think. I'm going to have to mix up some icing and add it to it. So already, this is a fail, but you know what? Let's see this video through to the end and make some cake pops. And since I have all these other cookies over there, I'm gonna have a cookie. And thankfully I have another bowl. So into the stand mixer, we are gonna put 1 whole cup of Crisco vegetable shortening. Now, if you had known that you were making cake pops and needed to make buttercream, you should totally take out half of a stick of butter and use half of this stick of butter, or double your recipe. But I did not know that I was going to be making buttercream, so all of my butter is frozen solid. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix this up for a little bit to make it fluffy. Then we're gonna add the sugar and the vanilla. All right, and once that's fluffed up a little, we're gonna add a pinch of salt. And I did hear a lot of you gasp when I said I'm just going to use Crisco. Well, a lot of professional bakers only use Crisco or vegetable shortening because it just sets up a lot better and it actually tastes really good. We are gonna add to this 3 cups of powdered sugar, but I'm going to add it in 1 cup of it at a time and incorporate it. So it's 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now we're gonna turn that up a little and add about 2 teaspoons of milk maybe. And then I'm gonna watch it and see if the consistency is right. All right, once I think it's at a good consistency, I'm gonna turn it up and let it go for about 2 minutes. Yay! Now we're ready to move on. I'm gonna go ahead and use this same paddle attachment, and I'm just going to put it right in. And now let's mix this up. And then I'm gonna add, I don't know, like half a cup of icing. Right, now let's check the consistency of this stuff. Oh yeah, we are looking very good. And I think we still need a little bit more. All right, now that we're back where we are supposed to be, let me go ahead and clean off this paddle attachment here. And now we have a very squishy, awesome dough. So now let's go ahead and start making some of these cake pops. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my Pampered Chef scoop here so that I get about the same size, and I am going to press the dough firmly together. So that's why we need to add the extra icing, because there was no way that dough was way too crumbly. Does this hack work? No and yes. It works because this is setting up just like a cake pop, but it does not work because the hack I saw said you only had to use the cookie, nothing else. Everything's worth trying at least once, because then I know if someone says, ooh, I wonder if you can use store-bought sugar cookies for blank, I'd be like, no. I think this is where I'm frustrated. Other people who are not avid bakers or cooks, if they saw this hack and that same thing that happened to me happened to them, I don't know that they would know what to do. Now, those of you who have been following my channel, you know that I had a little friend come and visit, and she was going on a missions trip. I think she was going to Guatemala, and we tried to make cake pops together. They ended up being cake bombs instead, because the sticks fell all the way through. I have watched a few cake pop videos, and so I feel as though part of our problem was, number one, we stuck our sticks in way too far, and number two, we did not let the chocolate cool and harden completely on the sticks. So I am gonna do that today regardless of how these turn out. But let's see, how many cookies did we start with? We started with 18. So this will make way more than 18 cake pops. So I guess there's that. Okay, all of them are, rolled and ready to be skewered with a chocolate covered stick. So I have my melting chocolate here. We're gonna get it into the microwave for 30 seconds, stir it up 30 seconds until it is all melted. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our cake pop sticks, and I have two different sizes here, so I think I'm gonna use the smaller ones. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna dip them in chocolate, and then we are going to carefully push them right down to not quite the center, a little bit less than the center. You're gonna wanna put a lot of chocolate on this. Okay, once you have everything stuck in there, we're gonna need to let these set for a while. You can either put them in the refrigerator or you can leave them at room temperature to let them set up. I'm gonna go ahead and get mine in the refrigerator, and I'll be back when this chocolate is hard. But this is melting chocolate, and it is meant to harden at a much higher temperature than, say, chocolate chips are. So some of these are already starting to harden, if you can see that in the close camera, but probably the inside needs a little bit more time yet. So I'm gonna give it about 45 minutes in the refrigerator, and then I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, and I have done the green ones, and these are all set and ready to go. So now we're gonna melt some more chocolate, and then we're going to dip them. So into the microwave for 30 seconds, this is gonna go. All right, and once your chocolate is all nice and melted, we're ready to start dipping. Now they have cake pop boards, but I just have a piece of craft foam that I picked up at Hobby Lobby that I'm just going to use to hold my cake pops. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the very melty chocolate, and we are going to dip our pop in and out, and then shake it just a bit to try to get all of the excess off. And then I'm just gonna set it right inside my board like that so it can dry. And that's all we're gonna do. So each one is just gonna get a quick dip, then shake off the excess, and we're gonna fill up this whole thing. I have my crafting foam here covered in saran wrap so that if anything drips down, I can easily just throw it away. And these are already working better than the last time I did cake pops. So definitely don't push your stick all the way down through the pop. That was probably our error. And I am using a different chocolate. Whoa, I didn't let that one drip all the way. My bad. Now, this chocolate takes about 20 minutes to set, so you won't have long before you can keep going. If the chocolate in your little container starts to set up, you can just stick it into the microwave for 15 seconds, and then it will be back to dipping consistency again. And after covering them all, I am reminded why I don't like cake pops. They are so ugly. I know they're fine for a novice person. As you can see right here, they're lumpy. They kind of look like meatballs covered in chocolate. I mean, I'll be able to dress them up a little bit with white chocolate or something, but they're pretty ugly. And some of them drip so much that I'm gonna have to clean up the sticks once they're completely dry. But these sticks are plastic, and so they can wipe off pretty easily. So I'll be able to clean up the sticks really nicely because they're not paper, but they're gonna require quite a bit of cleaning. I think I got these sticks at Hobby Lobby or something like that, if you're curious as to where I got them. Darn you, TikTok, foiled. It's fine. Someone had to figure out that it's not worth it to buy those cookies and do these. I did taste one and I would much rather have an actual cake pop made with cake and icing. It was much more moist. This was a little bit dry and just, I don't know, I just feel like I'm glad I adventured for you, but I'm sad that it turned out like this. Will I bring them to my event tomorrow? I don't know. But at the same time, if I put some decorations of some sort on them, maybe they'll be okay. Can't make this up. And you know, I considered halfway through this, after I tasted one, I considered just being like, no, this is not worth it. But it is worth it because I'm sure somebody else has seen the TikTok or the short. And I'll say right now, even if the icing had been wetter, I still don't think I like the texture of these over real cake pops made with cake. All right, I have put some white chocolate in a little squirt bottle, and we're gonna see if we can make these look at least a little bit nicer. We'll just pretend. I'll be like, yeah, I totally, I'm a professional. I must say, the white chocolate is making me feel a little bit better about them. Okay, well, they do look better having stripes on them. They look more like cake pops and less like meatballs, but I wouldn't do this ever again. This side is worse than this side. Hold on. That looks much better. No, it doesn't. No, well, you know, I tried. Oh, Lord help me. Okay, well, that's it, you guys. That's all for this adventure. I can't say that I'm proud of these cake pops, but I don't know what to say. I'm glad that I did it. That's all I can say is every time that I do cake pops, hopefully I will get better and better. The first time they were atrocious. The second time they're better, but they're still atrocious. So maybe the third time's a charm, or maybe I'll just have to keep doing them over and over and over again. But like I said, with cake. All right, you guys, if you enjoyed that video, give it a like, share it with your friends. Don't share it with your friends. I'm just gonna go. I'm probably gonna bring them anyway because I don't wanna waste them, but I'm not gonna tell them who made them. All right, you guys, we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye.